Okay, so I don't usually record my videos at night. I just don't, because usually this is the time of the day where I stream or have some me time. But because of these fuckers, I am forced to record at night. And yes, I actually do have a few more words to say. So to those who actually want to skip to the unboxing part of this video, then here's the timestamp. So I actually shouldn't need to buy a smartphone for a review for at least the past few months, because as some of you know, I should have received a Mi 11T from Xiaomi last August of 2021, and then a Redmi Note 11 a couple of months ago. But since the customs of the Philippines is just so damn good, I wasn't able to receive them. But thankfully, I actually do have a small budget for my channel for smartphone reviews and other tech shits, because I usually buy stuff for the channel, review them, then sell them after. So yeah, that really sucks, the whole customs thing. And the main reason why this is my choice for my next smartphone review is because I think this is a better value, or maybe equivalent. I'm not too sure. I just based it on specs, my purchase decision. So I think this is a better value compared to the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G or Poco X4 Pro. So sad. Also a better value compared to the Realme 9 Pro or Reno 7 5G. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just based on specs alone, this is an absolute winner and kind of underrated actually, since a lot of people are focusing on Infinixes, basically the Infinix Note series. So yeah, this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Infinix Zero 5G. Kind of a badass name. What's up mga kuya? Welcome back to the channel. So this is my unboxing and first impressions of the Infinix Zero 5G, and the main specs that won me over for the Zero 5G are the Dimensity 900 chipset. Yes, a very nice and powerful chipset, at least based on benchmarks alone. UFS 3.1 storage, 120Hz display, and then 8 gigs of memory, which also has 128 gigs of storage plus expandable storage. And just to let you guys know, I was able to buy this for only 10,000 Philippine pesos. So take note that the MSRP of the Zero 5G is actually 12,000 Philippine pesos. So I bought this last week because it was on sale plus vouchers, so giving me a total of a 2,000 peso discount. But just basing it on the MSRP of 12,000 Philippine pesos, this is actually a way better value compared to the other recent mid-range smartphone releases in the market, compared to the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G or Poco X4 Pro, Realme 9 Pro, or even the Reno 7 5G. Because if you didn't know, those smartphones release for over $300 US or 15,000 Philippine pesos. And yes, while I could have bought something like the Poco X3 GT or Poco F3, I wanted to review a smartphone that was just recently released, you know, just this year for 2022. And I was actually really surprised with the size of the box of this thing. So that's about 6.6 inches, so about, I would say, a 10-inch long box, na all 10 inches, pero yun. So here's what's on the side. So what I bought is the Horizon Blue color option, also available in a Cosmic Black and Skylight Orange. And the Zero 5G is actually only available in one configuration with this 8 gigs of memory and 128 gigs of storage, which honestly for me, 8 gigs of memory is actually overkill for a mid-range smartphone. So yeah, GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 5000 mAh battery, running on Android 11, a 16 megapixel front-facing camera with dual flashlight. I actually didn't know that. A 48 megapixel main sensor, 13 megapixel telephoto sensor, plus a 2 megapixel depth sensor if my assumption is right. Quad LED flash, MediaTek Dimensity 900, so that's very nice. So you get 5G. So this phone is 168.73 millimeters tall, 76.53 millimeters wide, and 8.77 millimeters thick, and almost 7-inch, 6.78-inch Full HD 120Hz display. So this is an IPS LCD display and pretty much complete with all the sensors that you might need. So of course, 5G network, D900, uniframe design, which you'll see in a bit, a 30 times zoom camera system, but I'm assuming that's just digital zoom, again 120Hz, and then a 5000 mAh battery with 33 watts of fast charging, plus this certification from the Rhineland. I'm not sure how this is pronounced, but I've seen this in a handful of phones. So this is to certify that the Zero 5G has a safe fast charge system. Aba ako, hindi ako naman pagbiruan sa'yo. So yeah, without further ado, let's unbox this already. So yeah, there we have the phone itself. I'm gonna set this aside for now. So this is the customer service card. I'm assuming this is for warranty purposes. We have a $1 bill. What is this? Okay, so I'm not sure what this is for, so I'm just gonna read this later. Okay, so this is the warranty card. And we do have a soft clear TPU case. And that's cool. We have actually a 5G embedded here at the back. And there we have a chunky fast charger. And this can output a max of 33 watts. So very nice. The Type A to Type C cable, and it's kind of reminds you of something. The same with the charging cables for Xiaomi and Poco with those orange accents. And yeah, that's gonna do it for pretty much what's in the box. Of course, almost forgot the very important SIM ejector tool. So there we have the 05G. And an additional reason why I went for the 05G is the design of the camera bump, which is very reminiscent of the Oppo Find X3 Pro, but obviously this phone is way cheaper because this is plastic. So they made it a glossy back, which I'm not a fan of. Again, time and time again, I've mentioned in my videos that if you're gonna put a plastic back on a phone, which I don't mind, make it a matte finish. And you gotta admit, that's a pretty sexy design, bro. So on the right side, we have the volume rockers along with the power button / fingerprint scanner, if I'm not mistaken. So this is great since it's flat. On the left side, we have the SIM card tray. At the top, we have a secondary noise cancelling microphone. And at the bottom, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, main microphone, USB Type-C charging port, and then the bottom firing speaker grill. So one thing actually I'm not sure of with this phone, if this has dual stereo speakers, since here on GSM Arena's website it only says it has a loudspeaker, so no specification if this has dual stereo speakers. Of course, I'll find that out later. So for now, let's just boot this on. Ooh, very nice. XOS. And of course, at the top we have the hole punch for the front facing camera, and then the earpiece speaker grill. Okay, so just based on the boot time of the 05G, this actually might rival the speed of the Poco X3 Pro. Again, might. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, for now, I'll set this up, use it, and come back to you guys in a bit. A few moments later. And we're back, mga kuya. So I've been using the Infinix 05G for quite a bit now, and this phone is actually really impressive. Like, met and exceeded my expectations. Obviously, in terms of performance right out the box, just browsing through the UI, opening, closing apps, it's quite snappy for the most part. And like I mentioned earlier, this is running on XOS version 10 on top of Android 11, and weirdly enough, this actually has Poco Launcher installed. But of course, for the purpose of my review, which I'm going to be uploading most likely a week from now, I'm gonna be using this with XOS. And thankfully, this does have an app drawer, but unfortunately, you can't go back to the home screen. If you swipe up, you have to go back or press back. So obviously, I haven't explored all the settings here on XOS. And something that I actually forgot to mention earlier is that this comes pre-installed with a plastic screen protector, which I removed. And as you can see, I have the soft clear TPU case installed, and this is how it looks like. So for the majority of my review period, I'm going to be using this in the soft clear TPU case because most likely the back will scratch fairly easily. Also considering that this has a glossy plastic back. So yeah, fingerprint scanner is fast and snappy. I would say just a bit faster, or at least feels faster compared to my Poco X3 Pro. So yeah, the display is quite nice for a mid-range smartphone. So again, a 120Hz IPS LCD, and by default it's in the auto switch refresh rate. Of course, you can set it to always run at 120Hz, but of course that's gonna have a significant decrease on your battery life. And this being an IPS LCD display, the colors are quite accurate. And unfortunately, we don't have dual stereo speakers. It's only a mono speaker for the bottom firing speaker grill. And of course, I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on the camera quality on this on my full review. But for now, here are some test shots. And then the gaming test real quick with Genshin Impact. And load times are really fucking quick, bro. very nice. And of course, in my full review, I'll be including 5G tests if I can actually get 5G reception in our area. And as you can see, I am at the highest graphic settings at 60 FPS with, of course, motion blur turned off. I don't like that shit. So far what I noticed are some minor stutters but nothing too major, and overall it's a really freaking smooth experience. And I'm not sure but I'm saying it right now, this phone might be a better value compared to the Redmi Note 11 Pro 5G, or Poco X4 Pro, Realme 9 Pro, and Reno 7 5G, which are all over 15,000 Philippine pesos or $300 US. And this of course you can get for 12,000 Philippine pesos at MSRP, and you can get it down to as low as 10,000 Philippine pesos if it's on sale with vouchers. And I'm really digging the design. Obviously they copied the design of the Oppo Find X3 Pro, but hey, if you're gonna copy something, then copy the good stuff, right? And actually one gripe with the case, which I shouldn't really complain about, but the case is actually a bit loose, either at the top or at the bottom. Sorry about that. Again, either at the top or at the bottom, it kinda slides up and down the case, so yeah. And I guess that's gonna do it so far for my unboxing and first impressions of the Infinix 05G, and I'm gonna be doing my full review on this after 1 week. As always, leaving a like is the easiest way to support the channel. Consider subscribing if you like my content and turn on notifications for all so you'll be updated on my latest videos. Stay safe mga kuya, thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Flip a bag, now I'm serving a Tesla. Going back, shawty with me, I stepped up. GTA for the ops, ain't no less stuff. Shawty born to be my angel, yeah, I'm blessed up. Cooking right up in the stew, gotta check the fan. Yeah, I'm watching out for ops, yeah, they not my